Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some new laws recently took effect aiming to make Kentucky a better place to live. And a new Miss Kentucky was crowned with a goal to unite people in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on July 3rd. Now let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And if you're waking up with us, about to head out the door, as we were saying just a few minutes ago, it's probably not a bad idea to grab the raincoat, grab your umbrella. You might see a scattered shower earlier in the day.
It's possible. It's possible. So again, just be careful and take it with you. Some wet roads out there in some locations. Let's take you over to Live Pinpoint Doppler radar, show you where some of that rain has fallen in the overnight hours from where it's actually still falling right now. So let's take a little tour real quick here. We're going to zoom into this cell here in Perry County and parts of Leslie County too. So again, if you're in the Daisy community, you got a pretty good little shower coming towards you. Cutchin over in parts of Leslie County, just to the east of 421 between Hyden and Harlan. Just south of Hatcher. I'd say that's right along Highway 15. So if you're traveling 15 this morning, just be careful out there as you travel. Scoot on down here to this other cell we've been kind of watching there a little bit. There's a couple little cells over in the parts of Clay and Jackson counties there. And then we go down toward Laurel County right there. Corbin, you're getting a pretty good little shower this morning. This came from basically parts of the McCreary County area over toward Lake Cumberland. That was the term I was looking for this morning. So just be careful out there. Watch out for that. Jenkins, US 119, US 23, no major issues as you head out the door that way this morning. Lots of rain last night. Things trying to clear out. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s this morning. 12-hour planner, we're heading up to 85 today, so a touch cooler, touch less humid, thanks to that cold front that is currently working its way toward us at the moment. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Many families are still struggling to find permanent housing after last year's flood, but one Eastern Kentucky community could soon find theirs. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from an exciting announcement out of Letcher County.
On Friday, Governor Andy Beshear and members of the Federal Emergency Management Agency announced an alternative manufactured housing initiative in Letcher County. Something FEMA spokesperson Kim Fuller says provides a bigger solution for victims of last year's flood.
We are now really looking for long-term solutions for housing because there is limited housing available, whether it's for purchase or rental. And so this is their forever home. And we're really happy to be part of this Commonwealth of Kentucky and FEMA partnership to provide these homes forever.
10 cottage-style homes will be built on the old coal mine mountain on Thompson Branch Drive for people in Letcher County who lost their homes in the flood. Fuller says these units aren't like ordinary temporary housing units.
They are more durable, they're built out of different material, and they're also going to be up to 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, which a lot of our temporary housing really are much smaller than that.
A project that helps Kentuckians build back their lives.
Not only had we gotten back up after this flooding and dusted ourselves off, but that we were going to march forward together.
Building Eastern Kentucky back better, one county at a time. In Letcher County, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Fuller says there is no current timetable as to when these houses will be complete, but Governor Beshear wants to get these houses in as soon as possible. A 7-year-old girl in Southwest Virginia is being called a hero after helping her dad during an allergic reaction. Trooper Nathan Stidham with Virginia State Police had a severe allergic reaction to a bee sting. Stidham was able to pull his car over and call 911, but he lost consciousness before talking with the dispatcher. The dispatcher was able to track the call and get the child to pick up the phone. The 7-year-old named Audrey provided her location, the car's description, and updated officials on her dad's condition. Audrey also flagged down the responding officers. Trooper Stidham and Audrey were able to later visit the dispatch center and meet the dispatcher. Audrey received a 911 Hero Certificate, a pin, and a stuffed animal for her brave response. Lawmakers passed more than 170 bills during the 2023 legislative session, and June 29th was the effective date for most measures. That includes new laws related to child abuse, drugs, gambling, mental health, and dozens of other topics. Samantha Valentino gives us a closer look at some of these laws.
House Bill 551, the sports betting bill, gained a lot of attention this session. It legalizes, regulates, and taxes sports wagering in Kentucky. The Kentucky Chamber of Commerce says this law makes Kentucky more competitive.
This is just one more form of entertainment to help get people in here. And, 6 of our 7 border states have passed similar legislation in recent years. So just kind of a no-brainer for us.
Senate Bill 9 elevates reckless or dangerous acts of hazing to a crime. It's known as Lofton's Law, named after 18-year-old Lofton Hazelwood, who died in 2021 after being found unresponsive at the farmhouse fraternity at UK. The law makes hazing that results in death or serious physical injury a felony, and reckless participation in hazing can result in a Class A misdemeanor.
Well, I hope that everybody thinks twice about before they try to do something like that again. You know, it's supposed to be a brotherhood. There's nothing about hazing that says brotherhood at all.
House Bill 249 makes the intentional killing of a child under the age of 12 an aggravating circumstance, ensuring anyone found guilty would either be subject to life in prison without parole or the death penalty. Senate Bill 268 allows courts to order restitution for children whose parents are killed or permanently disabled by an intoxicated driver.
We need to be able to protect girlfriends, spouses, wives, all the above from domestic violence or being tracked.
That's exactly why Senator Rick Girdler introduced Senate Bill 199. With some exceptions, it outlaws the installation of tracking devices on vehicles without the consent of the vehicle owner or lessee. It makes the act a Class A misdemeanor. In Frankfort, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
You can find a full list of these new laws on our website, WYMT.com. Gas prices are increasing in Kentucky, unfortunately just in time for your summer road trip. The gas tax rate jumped by 2 cents a gallon, which started July 1st. Governor Andy Beshear froze the state gas tax last year to help people deal with skyrocketing prices at the pump, but the General Assembly chose not to extend the freeze. State statute determines how the gas tax is calculated, and the money collected from it goes toward the state's road fund. There is a new Miss Kentucky this morning. Mallory Hudson was crowned Miss Kentucky 2023 this weekend. Hudson is majoring in communications and political science at the University of Kentucky. Hudson won Miss Bowling Green back in November and has been hard at work serving the Commonwealth through community service ever since. During the competition, Hudson was asked about certain metrics that Kentucky could improve on.
I believe that everyone deserves membership in a community, even if their membership looks a little different. So as Miss Kentucky 2023, I will make a cognizant effort to build bridges with all 4.5 million Kentuckians and represent the entire rainbow of humanity that makes up our Commonwealth.
Hudson will now compete in the Miss America competition later this year. Independence Day is just 1 day away, and folks are out and about with some last-minute preparations. At Jerry Pelfrey's Fireworks in Paintsville, folks flooded the tent all weekend searching for the perfect bang for their buck. Manager Deisha Elliott says whether they are looking for sparklers or mortar shots, folks will be paying a visit early the day before the holiday. Elliott added that Pelfrey's has 4 locations and 3 are open 24/7, and to visit their Facebook page for more information. As several communities in our region kicked off their 4th of July celebrations this past weekend, one town in the Big Sandy has got its July 4th festivities started with a festival. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more.
The first ever Paint Creek Freedom Fest kicked off its second day in downtown Paintsville on Saturday.
A street fair plus a music festival mixed in with a fireworks display, and so brought in our community partners and everybody got together, and here we are. We've planned this beautiful festival
with vendors, music, and much more.
We just love being in this festival. it's great. So I hope they can continue on with it, and we'll support them as long as we can.
With hundreds of folks coming out to have some fun and enjoy their weekend.
We also wanted to have something unique that people could do at our downtown that brings people together, fosters that sense of community, and of course, celebrating the 4th of July.
And to celebrate Independence Day.
Well, Independence Day to me is everything. It's our freedom. It's wonderful that we can celebrate our freedom here in the United States.
Celebrating freedom and liberty for all. In Paintsville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
If you missed this year's Paint Creek Freedom Fest, Paintsville Johnson County Tourism Executive Director Jeremiah Parsons says the town plans to make this an annual event, so there's always next year. Addiction Recovery Care held its alumni cookout in Eastern Kentucky this weekend. They invited anyone who has completed a treatment program at one of their facilities to attend. They celebrated both the U.S.'s freedom as a nation and their alumni's freedom from addiction, with live music and some classic cookout foods. Attendees had the chance to stand in front of their peers and tell their stories toward addiction recovery.
So to hear somebody carry the message, you just get to have that Me Too feeling. You get to relate to them and notice things in their story that are similar to yours, and it gives you hope. And
Addiction Recovery Care operates over 30 treatment programs in Eastern and Central Kentucky. You can find information about their recovery services on their website.
612 almost this morning, and we're going to continue to track again. So a few little showers out there this morning, nothing major, but we go downtown to Whitesburg and we see overcast skies, patchy fog, so continue to be careful across the region. No rain down that way just yet, but my First Alert weather app just alerted me that there was some lightning near Whitesburg this morning. Handy little tool to have as you head out the door this morning. 62 in Clintwood, 72 in Monticello, so very mild out there. Cold front has not made it through just yet. We will cool off a little bit once it does, and you can track that on that First Alert weather app. Scattered chances for showers and storms the first half of the day, and then you see as we get into the afternoon hours, skies start to clear. 85 for a daytime high later. Olivia?
All right, Brandon, thank you. And when we return, the CIA director made a secret trip to Ukraine in June where he learned key information about the Ukrainian counteroffensive.